to do it today.
Doing it. Let's do it.
Yeah. Hell yeah. So I did find an agent that is interested in my offer. And then I also found another agent today that I talked to. I threw, by the way, I was going to sign up for your 5 day challenge. I don't know if that's still going on or not. Um,
Oh no, we finished that one. Did you sign up for it already?
I was going to sign up for it. I got sidetracked.
Oh, bro.
Shoot, I got sidetracked, man. And
It'll be back again.
yeah.
They
What
loved
did
it. They
it
loved it.
consist of?
So each day, it was good that I ran through it like with these. I think three or four people went through it. Yeah, like three people went through it. And it just helped me make it better for the next time. I got some feedback and make it better. So it just broke. By the end of the week, we're gonna go through like every step. By the end of the week, be talking to agents and making offers. So
Okay,
just how my process is basically is
cool.
what it is. Um, but yeah,
Yeah.
man, it's I was basically got the only feedback I got that was bad was it was too high level. It needs to be more simple.
Mhm.
You know
What do
what I
you
mean?
mean too high level? I guess. Was is it like really complex what you were doing?
I have this. So the dude, the only bad feedback I ever get is like Ron's great, but he just talks over my head. I don't know what he's talking about because they're
Oh,
brand new. Someone brand new to this would
okay.
be like, I don't know. I'm lost, and I don't like that. So I gotta like, I
So you
get what
gotta,
they're saying.
yeah, you wanna. I guess basically what you should do is try to filter the good ones, right? Because you don't want to deal with unexperienced. I guess you don't want to deal with newbies. You want to deal with more experienced people. Is what you're saying?
I don't have. I think it's for I can do beginners or experienced, but the 5 day challenge is probably going to be people who've like are interested, never done it before, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and to make their first offer, I just need to. I just need to. I hate to say it, simplify it. If my if a fifth grader could go through and understand it, then I'm probably doing pretty good.
You need to dumb it down, basically.
I hate saying it like that, but
But
they say if you talk above a certain level, people won't get it. So
yeah, and hey, man, just coming from that view, man, hey, I get it, man. I just at the last year when I started like with wealthy investors, like there's a lot of things that I didn't know, a lot, and we now that I look back on certain things, right? I'm like, how does that dude not know that? I'm like, oh, well, I didn't know that. Like, what the heck, like ARV or
right.
simple things like that. I'm like, what the hell is that? Like, I'm like, I didn't used
Exactly.
to know that. Like, I didn't even just. But yeah, I guess it's just it's time. And my wife tells me that she's like, you know what? Sometimes you don't get the results that you want, or you think that you're not doing some great things, right? But think about it. It's like, are you in the same place that you were last year? I'm like, no, I actually understand a lot more. I'm actually doing innovation. I'm actually doing, some other things that I didn't do last year. So yeah, definitely just it's the name of the game experience. And the more you talk, the more people you talk to, the more experience you get, and the more vocabulary you understand, right?
Yeah, man. I have that issue too. You think the stuff that you're doing is not that great or impressive, but
But
it's like really like top notch. You just look at the people, like I just look at the people who are like the point one of the 0.1% and judge myself based off of that instead of the world. You know what I mean? Like
right, right.
you compare it to the
And
world, I'm like, we're in God level, right?
yeah, hey man, and you got to think about it that way. You're like,
Have to.
it does take a kind of type, a certain type of person, and I did like that. Ryan Pineda did say that one time. He said at Welcome's like, it does take a certain level of craziness. Like we are crazy trying to go do something and borrow hundreds of thousands of dollars to make a flip or go do something else. And to a certain level, my wife told me the same thing. She's like, you actually have you're actually a little crazy too. She's like, you actually have a lot of guts to go try something new. Because, like I said, I had a business before. I mean, I didn't make great money. Like in my repair shop, I probably did the most $150,000 a year. After paying expenses and rent and everything. But I think I mean, I had my repair shop. I had a good
That's good.
business, and my wife's all
150
like,
is good money.
yeah. And then she's like, hey, you you turned all of that, you sold it to start from something zero, something you don't even know.
Yeah.
And that takes a lot of courage. And you're like, and so you can't expect just to, be an overnight success in a year or two. It takes time and everything. So
Especially, dude,
yeah,
you're joining with a time where real estate's kind of messed up. I don't know how it is in your market, but in Vegas and a lot of people's markets, it's a problem. Like there's a lot of people complaining about it being a lot harder now.
yeah, definitely.
So if you're doing
It's
deals now, then you'll love it when it gets back to normal.
Yeah, no, I'm doing deals now. It's just, being open-minded, one thing that it took me a lot to do is swallow that ego pill. Just
You got a big
because
ego?
um I hated to ask for help, I guess. I don't know, I was just like, no, I think I can understand it. Or I would ask for help, for instance. Let's say another investor here from my local in my area. I asked for help and they didn't answer, and it took like weeks or like maybe days or sometimes weeks to get back to me. I'm like, I asked for help and they didn't get back to me. Maybe they don't think I'm worth their while. And I wouldn't
Mm,
I wouldn't call him back because I'm like, I'm not gonna ask him again. Maybe they don't, like, screw them. And sometimes it wasn't that, it was just that they got busy too, and they got sidetracked. And I'm like, hey, so once I started swallowing that pride, I'm like, hey, by any chance did you get my last text? And they're like, oh yeah, hey man, I forgot. I'll take a look at the property, or I'll do this, or I'll do that. And it's just also following up with them. So that really helps a lot once you swallow that pride pill and the ego pill that you think you know everything, or you think you don't want to call them back, because sometimes people get busy. That's when I think I started seeing a little bit of more success too, calling people and say, hey man, did you get a chance to look at this deal? Can we JV on this? Can we do this? And stuff like that. So
that's good that you have that because like that's important. I've kind of fallen into that too, but like you said, you learn to be like, sometimes I get busy, so let me run it back real quick and see if you think more
yeah.
business minded. You don't take it personal. Now, if I message
Yeah,
you
yeah,
back and you blow me off, then I'm like, all right, this person doesn't get back quick, so I probably won't do business with them. But who else can I call? You know what I mean? Or you spread out that question to like multiple people.
yeah,
So he don't get back to
yep,
you. Cool, this dude did, and this dude did, and you just learn who to work with. You know?
yeah, yeah. So the guy, Trevor from Buyer Beater, I think you met him,
Yeah,
right? Trevor.
yeah. I know Trevor.
He's a cool, good man. He's a cool dude. He definitely helped me out a lot of novation, understanding novations, man. He definitely helped me out. So I'm doing my first novation here in my area, and it was hard to pitch the idea, but and overcome a lot of objections. But I finally got it, and I'm kind of going forward, and I'm learning on the process. And I said to my wife, I'm like, hey, I'm going a little over budget what I thought, but it's like, hey, at least if you make a little bit of money and you get paid once you list it and whatnot, like you're getting paid to learn. So I
You're going
can't
over
complain.
budget.
Yeah, a little bit. So usually there's you know, Trevor teaches novations two different ways. One, the equity protection, where you just basically list it on the market. You don't do anything, maybe up to $5,000 worth of money. And then he teaches the other strategy where he calls it the equity split, where you actually put more than $5,000 into the property, and you actually have the seller sign like a power of attorney, where you can actually execute the final agreements if it worst comes to, if it worst case scenario, you can actually sell on the sign on the closing documents, and it's like a special power of attorney. And I was thinking about putting like $10,000 into this property. I'm putting more like 13 or 14,
Oh,
but
just a little bit.
it's just a little bit. But yeah, it should be good. I'm gonna put that, and then I'm gonna list it on the market after paying closing costs and everything. I should walk away with, being really conservative, I should walk away with 25, 27.
Oh,
You
what are
know,
you doing? That's good.
yeah.
That'll
And if
work.
I can sell it for more, if I hit the ARV and I can get it listed next week, I could probably sell it for 245 and then walk away with around 32, 35. But it's, I know we're going into the end of the fall. People maybe are not buying, but I think in this area people are still looking for homes, especially where it's kind of holidays. They want to get into a new home, new, for Christmas or whatever. And I think my market will be good still. So we'll see. My market's kind of different. It's a really small town, but man, there's a lot of movement. There's like a lot of investing going on into this small town. It's only like 50,000, like surrounding areas, but it's between 40 to 55, you know, thousand of population. So,
What are
but
you,
it's good.
something Falls? Indian Falls? What are you? Twin Falls? What's it called?
Burley, Idaho, Burley, Idaho, and then the
What you doing in
closest city.
Idaho, bro? You say you grew up there or something?
I grew up here, man. I grew up
What
here.
the heck some Mexicans
Yeah.
doing over there, bro?
Oh, dude, Mexicans are everywhere. But
That's
I'm thinking,
wild. Because it gets cold
I
up there,
oh
right?
yeah, it's starting to get cold. Um, I'm thinking about maybe moving, or not moving permanently, but spending half time of the year like in Arizona, like during like spring, and maybe up to before summer, before it gets really hot. So,
Oh, okay. So you're just east of Twin Falls.
yeah, yeah. So Burley. So yeah, would it be east or like south?
North, south. Yeah,
Yeah.
it says east, like a little bit
Oh
southeast,
yeah, yeah,
but
yeah. No, yeah, yeah, like southeast of Twin Falls. Yep.
what is
So,
out there? What the heck? That's wild.
but
Because
yeah, dude,
you're right next to me. Like you're the state up.
what's that?
You're right. You're a state up from like I know it's wild to say that. Like we're at the bottom of the state. You're close to the north of so you're between Boise and Salt Lake.
Yep, yep, exactly, man. I'm in between Boise and Salt Lake. It's 2 hours each way. There's, it's hard, man, to tell you what, but the market is good. So here in the Burley, small town of Burley, uh, there's just a ton of agriculture, and there's just a ton of people moving here. There's a ton of like industrial. So there's a processing plant called
Yeah.
McCain's Foods, and they're the biggest processing potato plant in the world. They're actually the ones that supply all the potatoes in McDonald's all across the world. So there's a
Oh
lot
my
of people, and
gosh.
they're constantly expanding, and there's a lot of people just coming in here. And there's also like a sugar factory that like sugar beets. They're the biggest plant in the world, so they're constantly expanding. They're constantly bringing more people. There's a lot of dairies. There's a lot of construction. There's just a ton of everything in here, and that's why there's a lot of people coming in. And the thing that's it's hot in this area between Burley and Twin Falls is because back 6 years ago it was so cheap. So California people would bring their $800,000,
Mm.
profit from their home, and they could
Yep.
build like a 3,500 square foot home for maybe $250,000 and still pocket between 4 to 300. So
Yeah.
now the cost has gone up. So that's why a lot of people are moving here, because the cost of living was so cheap. Not no more though.
What do you, let's see, Burley, Idaho, median home price. So you guys are
Probably like a 240, 230.
321.
Oh
You
yeah,
said,
shit.
dude, it says between what kind of it says between 315 and 389.
Yeah.
what are you seeing?
No, I was gonna say 230, 240, but no, yeah, it's probably higher. Like the cost to build homes just dramatically went up. I built my home in 2018. Check this out. My 2,200 square foot home, custom built, with a little bit of higher things, granite countertops and office and stucco on the outside, just a little bit of the nice um, bells and whistles for
Yeah.
$100 a square foot in 2018. I built it for $220,000 custom. Now the same exact home, if you want to build it like exactly like mine, you have to pay between 250 to 290 exactly. It went up
90,
dramatically in 6 years. Yep.
and you paid
So
200, you
my
said?
yep, I paid $100 a square foot. $100.
100 bucks a square foot.
So
Now it's 190 per square
it's
foot?
290, like 250, like 290. It depends with the builder, but even at
A square foot or
250
total?
a square foot. So
Oh,
if you want to,
250 a square foot.
yeah, yeah. So if you want to build a home like that, you're probably at least between 480, 500, 550, right around there. And
So
I
your
built it for
house,
200.
so your house is worth like 575K right now?
Yeah, yeah, it is.
You could sell it and make like 300,000?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Hope I don't
Where
get a
would you
cold
go
call.
though?
I don't know. No, I would. If I did something, I would want to go. I don't know. I wouldn't do it though. My interest rate's 2.8. My mortgage is $1,300 a month.
No, you hold on against that. You could well, I would hold on that house, put a renter, like it's staying in the family forever, bro. Like, hey, I would that like my house is I only got I'd say I bought my house in 2022. I only have about I bought it for 480 and right now it's probably worth like 530 or something like that. Bro,
Yeah, no.
that's gonna double in 10 years. Your house is gonna double in 10 years, probably.
Yeah, I have a ton of equity in this thing. I have a
Dude,
ton of
borrow against
equity.
it. Borrow against the house.
Just get a HELOC.
Borrow against
Or,
it, HELOC it, or like, yeah, if you got like, yeah, imagine you're not needing a hard money loan. Or you don't need the gap. That's really like the gap, or you pay for the flip in the gap with your own money. So you're just getting
yeah,
that's what I that's what I would like to use it for is just the gap and the flip. And just go bam, 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 bam.
did you? Yeah, do you do a lot of flips or no? Just wholesale
I,
mainly.
yeah, man, the last I had three flips when the interest rate doubled from 4 to 8. And I got caught like everybody, bro. I have flipped a manufactured home and made 100 racks on it. I was supposed to make like 35K on it. I'm not gonna lie. I was supposed to make like 30K. The numbers showed like 30K profit, but I ended up making 100K profit. Nothing to do with me. The market was just doing this. It was just
Ugh.
going nuts, dog. And and then I was like, all right, cool. And I probably had like 250,000 in the bank. And I'm like, let's flip. So I go buy, 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 buy. Interest rate went. Oh, I thought it was over, bro. I was like, this is it. This is it. I don't got to wholesale. I'm not wholesaling no more. I'm just flipping. Because
Hmm.
flips are like, you flip, right?
Yeah,
It's like no work. You know what I mean? It's
yeah,
like literally like once you get the deal and get the money and got the contractor, it's over. It's
yeah.
over. And you can just stack it. Once it gets, that's how Davila became a millionaire. He just oh man, and I was running that play, and then that happened. So I was like, all right, I got a wholesale now, so I'm in the hole. But yeah, man, it's
Are you
flipping's
gonna
awesome.
are you gonna
Mhm.
turn into flipping or no?
So the wholesale business is starting to pick up to where it's getting closer to where I like it. We just had a 90K quarter coming off of 77. So 77, 90, and if we can get it to like double, if I can get this 90 to be like 180, I'm probably going to hire management to like run it. And I can, and I think I want a new market to flip in, at least right now, because Vegas is
Come over
scary.
to Idaho.
The numbers you're talking about sound good. I'm in Florida. I'm scared of Florida because of these hurricanes and
Oh yeah,
it's all wet and dude, I'm kind of
yeah.
scared of Florida. I ain't gonna lie, but the numbers look awesome. But
Hmm.
yeah, man, I mean, I'll look at it. Everybody's market's dipped. If your market hasn't dipped yet, I'm scared it might. Because
Yeah.
we got hit in Vegas and we dipped. And people were
Yeah.
like everywhere else, like, we're doing fine. A year later, Ron, I ain't got no money. I can't sell my
Dude,
foot. The market's changing.
there's guys here in the Boise area. That's why it's tough, man. I'm competing against these guys. There's guys that I know of a guy that he just got an $80,000 assignment and an $120,000 assignment in Boise, Idaho. 120 and an $80,000 assignment. I'm like,
My highest is
holy
80.
shit. Yeah, I'm like, what the hell, man? What the hell? But like I said, I'm just competing with these big dogs that, they've established a lot of marketing. So, yeah, there's a guy in Boise, one of the biggest guys. He's closing about 20 plus deals a month. He's spending between like 40 and $50,000 in marketing every month. So, but he's doing a lot of volume too. So,
I know a few guys like that, man. It's crazy, huh?
yeah, like
They got it
shit,
dialed
man.
in.
Yeah, they do got it dialed in. I'm like, I'm trying to compete with these guys. I really need to look at that. And that's off, everything's off market, everything. So I'm like, oh man, maybe I need to kind of switch to a little bit of on market, like your strategy, and kind of get some money to inject more into off market. But yeah, novations have definitely kind of helped me out too a little bit.
I
So
like the innovation, bro, you're doing. I like it. That sounds cool.
yeah, I
We
need to
really
put.
can't do them on market, but yeah, it's
Well, actually, that's how Trevor's doing it, man. Trevor has a different style too. He's a smart dude, man. So Trevor, what he does, he calls people on market for listings that have been fixer uppers that have been on more than 90 days, right? Talks to the real estate agent, lets them know, like, hey, I'm assuming you're getting a low bunch of lowball offers. It's like, yeah, we're getting a bunch of lowball offers. Um, and then he pitches this idea. The he calls it his equity split. It's like, okay, well, is the property vacant or occupied? No, if it's vacant, like, oh, awesome, this is the perfect opportunity. If it's vacant, then why don't we do this? Instead of just giving you a low offer, I guarantee your seller a little bit of money if they have patience with me. They already had patience with you for 90 days. It hasn't sold. I'll guarantee them a net number. I'll rehab it on their behalf, take it off the market, or rehab it. Once it's all said and done and we hit the ARV, you, the listing agent, can relist it on the market, but it's all nice and clean, and you're going to get a higher commission. You're going to have a better property to list it on market. Just give me about anywhere to 30 to 45 days to rehab it, and then you'll be the same listing agent. And it actually incentivizes the listing agents to take it off market and then put it back on market once Trevor's done. So that's how he's doing the novations on market, which is
good.
pretty cool idea. He's the very first one that I've heard like trying this. So
Yeah. We've pitched it. It just I just know the you probably could definitely could do it. The problem is you got to be the one flipping it. Like you can't sell that. Like it gets too muddy trying to like wholesale that is what I'm trying to say.
oh yeah, you can't wholesale a novation. Yeah.
You just
That
need to
would
close on it and do the job. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. So now the sellers, they just take it off market. He rehabs it, the title stays still on the seller's name, and then once he's done with rehabbing it, then they put it on the market, and then they sell the property, and then they guarantee the seller a number. So he just works them into their equity. right? Basically, is that's what he's doing. That's why he calls it the equity split program because he splits the
Mm-hmm.
equity with the seller. So,
Yep,
but
that's
yeah,
smart.
he's doing stuff like that, and yeah. So, but yeah, I got a couple. I got one agent that I talked to, and she's like, Ivan, if you need some, she had a listing, and I told her that my cash offer. She's like, I don't know. I think it's barely 45 days on market. They're like, maybe they're gonna wait for a couple more just to see what kind of offers they get. And then I told her about other listings I've had that I've been looking at. Some real. Oh, remember I told you one time that a listing agent didn't get back to me, and I couldn't get a hold of the listing agent. And then she's like, Ivan, if you want, I can submit the offer for you, and then they can, they can give me that way. They don't know. Maybe they're just ignoring you, but I can submit the offer for you if you want. If you wanted me to submit the lowball offer, and then I told her, I'm like, hey, well, I might assign it, I might not. I mean, I just work, I do a little bit of everything. And there's like, yeah, just no problem. If you do assign it, just let me know, and then we'll add an addendum that we'll switch it out to an LLC, a different LLC, and that's perfect. That's fine. I'm like, oh, okay. So I met a pretty cool real estate agent that's wanted to do that. So I guess my question was my one of my questions is, Ron, let's say I put her under contract with this listing agent, right? Which she says that she might take it. Like I put this property under contract for 100,000, my inspection period. Then I go find the end buyer and he wants to buy it at 120. Then when I tell the agent, hey, switch it to this LLC, how do I sign my assignment agreement? Who signs it, or how does that work?
Okay, so it's under, you have it under contract for X amount. You got a buyer.
Yeah. When I do have it,
Um,
she's gonna submit the offer tomorrow.
yeah, man. Let me break it down. So when we get a contract, so we already open, we open the title with the company that they know what we're doing. They know we're cool. They're gonna double close, either double
You
close or we're
actually
gonna
or you actually do open you open up escrow with you put the EMD.
no, no. We open up escrow, but we got days to put EMD in. We're trying to
Yeah,
find a
right.
buyer and have them put their EMD in. Like the
Right.
last, I don't know, out of 10 deals, we probably put EMD down like once or twice because we're gonna find a buyer. Um, but yeah, we want them to put it down, and we don't have to do an addendum or anything because we're going to close. Like the title company handles it. You're going to close. That title that the listing agent doesn't know nothing about the assignment. Nothing, right? Oh, if you had to take that out, that's what you're probably asking. If you had to take the assignment clause out, that's what you're talking about?
No, actually, one, if you have to take the assignment off, we have to double close it, correct?
Or just tell them, yeah, talk to the title company, like, what do you want me to do? I can
Mhm.
double close on this, but I'd rather use pass-through funding, which means the buyer's going to have a transaction, and then we close with that. There might be an addendum you might have to have, hey, and you can have the rep say this, the title rep. Hey, here's an addendum. They're going to close under this LLC, blah, blah, blah. So you're not even involved in it. And they're going to sign it. We close tomorrow. Like, what's the big deal? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
But what I'm saying is, how do I, with the listing agent here, she submits the offer, they accept it, right? And then I go find a buyer. How do I structure my assignment with the buyer? Who turns in that paperwork, the assignment between me and the buyer? When I go back to the listing agent and tell them, okay, we're gonna switch it from LLC A to LLC B, they're like, okay, that's cool. How do I get my assignment agreement with um to the title company? You
Yeah,
see what I mean?
as long as you got assignability, you're good, dude. You don't have to tell them anything. The listing agent. Title is the one who you need to be talking to. You got to make sure your title
Okay.
company how they want to do it and what can they do. Like our title rep, if once we get a contract and we find a buyer, the buyer's gonna fund and then everything gets taken care of. Like we don't have to like tell the listing agent anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, your title's gonna handle it. If she had you take that out, you can't assign this contract. That's when you got to like tell her, hey, we're gonna close it a different LLC.
Oh, okay. So
Because
if they don't take that assignability clause out, so I put it under contract for 100,000, right? And then I say, hey, I want you to open up escrow. We're gonna handle it with this title company. They go, they send all the paperwork to Title One, is the name of the company, for $100,000. Then I just go and get my assignment agreement between me and the
yeah,
buyer and turn
yep,
that into the title company.
exactly.
And but we're still using the state contract, right? The state contract. They're gonna turn
Yeah,
that into the title company. Then I can
yeah,
use my contract, my assignability contract, get an end buyer, just get that contract
yep,
and take it to the title company.
yeah.
And the agent doesn't have to know anything about that because
No,
it's assignable.
exactly.
Now, if
Yeah,
it's not assignable, it's just like, oh, I hate wholesalers, don't assign it. That's when I have to pitch that idea, like, hey, I might close under different LLCs. Like, what what do you want me to do? I have this LLC, I have this LLC. That's when you kind of pitch that idea, correct?
yeah. Hey, I hate wholesale. I'm not wholesaling anything. I have multiple LLCs. I don't know which one I'm going to buy then. How do you want me to handle that? If I decide to buy this and if I want to close with my buddy and we're going to flip it together or we're going to hold it as a rental together, how do you want me to handle that? Or if they're that adamant, take it out. Take it out. I don't care. Just take it out. I'm getting this like I'm not telling her that, but like, hey, I don't like this assignment contractor here. I think you're a wholesaler. No, like I do some wholesale, but I flip. If I wholesale, I partner with someone else. But if you want to feel comfortable and you want to take it out, take it out. I'll just close on it. No big deal. I have like four LLCs. I don't know which one I'm going to close in, so I may just say, hey, I want to close in this LLC with my buddy. Is that going to be a problem? If you think it's going to be a problem, I wouldn't even tell her anything. Just a couple days before closing, there's going to be this addendum that comes over, needs to close. We're going to close. Funds are here. The loan docs are in. I'm changing LLCs. Can your seller sign this real quick? That's how you want to do it because then now she's not worried about you wholesaling. You're already everything's good. It's closing tomorrow. She ain't gonna blow up the deal. That's how
Yeah.
you handle the severity of like how
Oh,
paranoid the agent is. Is how you
okay,
respond.
yeah. What if they do come to what if I guess the worst case scenario is you lose your EMD, I guess. If
No. Oh
they say,
yeah.
hey, I don't know, I don't wanna what you should have told me like a week before. Now you're telling me under 2 days, or what if they really push back a lot? I guess the worst case scenario is you lose EMD, or which I don't
I mean,
think they're gonna do.
you're gonna fight for your EMD either way, even if you're gonna go to mitigation. You ain't losing nothing. I guarantee you won't lose anything if you're like, we're here, we're ready to close. Like, what realtor is going to screw up the seller's transaction because we want to switch the LLC name? That's the dumbest thing in the world. I call the broker and be like, your agent's retarded. We're about to close tomorrow. The seller's getting the funds are in. The loan docs are approved for our hard money. Like it would never happen. That's like asking like 1 out of 1 million that would hapen to where they just
Right,
like, I just
right,
don't like you. Let's just blow up this deal for everybody. You ain't getting paid. The realtor ain't getting paid. They're doing it, bro. They're doing it.
right.
They just want to
So
make sure you're not a scam. You're not a whole, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Even if you do
yeah.
wholesale it, they want to make sure it's going through.
Yeah, you're just not
So
looking up things just cause. But
we're ultra worried about something that's like not going to be an issue. The issue is when you don't get stuff under contract because of that. That's silly. Like, just talk your way out of it, man. Just like I buy. If you
and I
if you come
guess you
across
still have the
confident, you like
14-day inspection. So uh
you get 14 days,
last
bro.
what's that?
You get 14 days inspection. That's a lot. We don't even get that much.
Last last time I had a 14-day inspection period.
Ooh, I'm about to come to your market and start eating.
Yeah, no, hey, no, no, yeah, I got a. It's normal here, 14 days inspection, and then you can back out, right? So
Why would it take you 14 days to do a due diligence? That's crazy. I love it though.
yeah, yeah. Most people say like, "Oh, do you want 14 days?" I'm like, "Yeah, 14 days." I'm like, "Okay," and I can
They're moving
still,
slow out there in Idaho, boy.
yeah. So
Hey,
most
I'll get to the house in 2 weeks.
yeah, the
That's nuts.
most common due diligence, the most common is 10 days. The most common.
Yeah.
Everybody puts 10 days. Everybody puts 10 days in here, 10 days. But 14, I'm like, hey, I need 14 days. They're like, yeah, that's fine. They put in the contract, like I said. And obviously they avoid it. And we put, we just need to, I need to do some more follow-ups and stuff like that. But how many offers does it take you for to get one under contract on market? What's your
Ooh.
KPIs on that?
Yeah, let me pull it up real quick because we just had our meeting and it was interesting because we don't do a lot of deals, man. We get a lot of deals under contract, but we don't the closing percentage is a lot lower than you would think. Like it's kind of like if you get 10 contracts, you probably closed on three of them, three or four of them. Four would be
Right.
awesome, but we're more like three.
So then
Um,
you just cancel in your due diligence period if you can't find a buyer
yes.
by then.
Yeah. Yep.
Just,
A
you just
lot
let
of
them know
times,
that. Mhm.
yeah, the house is more jacked up than they say, or it's in the hood, or the ARV's off. We'll get offers and we'll say, hey man, we'll get like, like one we got now, man. Like on Stewart, bro, like the sell we got it at 94. Our highest offers came in at like 60 or something like that. This house is jacked up and the ARV's a little bit lower. So they came back and they said 79, they do it. We got somebody at 60, so we need to be at like 50K, 55. I mean, I'll do a deal for a couple grand minimum. It's got to be 2 grand, but I don't want no BS with it. I just want like, those deals are the hardest to close, but they won't take it. Some people will take it, some people won't, but they're not selling that house, dude. We just sent it to all the investors in the area. Who are you selling it to? Like
Yeah.
literally, like everybody. No one's gonna buy to live in it because it's trash. But okay, so let's look at Q. This is kind of scary, bro. Q2. We made 525 offers Q2. 17 accepted.
500 and that's in the
25 offers.
so you averaged about 175 offers a month, I guess.
A
Q2.
month. Yeah, I guess so. Is that 525
Yeah,
divided by three?
yeah, 525. You said you submitted 525 offers in Q2.
Yeah, 3% acceptance rates, which is normal. 3 to 4% is like normal.
So you did 525 offers, and then how many got accepted?
17.
17 accepted. And out of those 17, how many closed?
7 closed, 10 cancels.
7 closed.
We closed 17% of our deals. That was a shitty quarter. But we made $77,000,
How much?
77K. So we made about
Uh,
10K each deal.
About after paying, you made about 77 after paying all your
That's like
guys or
gross. That's
people?
like gross. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
gross. Yeah, not
Yeah.
net.
Horrible. We lost some employees. We fight like this is like we got decimated, and we were making offers in Vegas. In Vegas, dude, I think we did, dude, we wasted so much time in Vegas. It's crazy. But we had to just see it through. One contract. We got two contracts, 14K. We did one deal for zero. We sold one deal to Ryan's ex COO, Sean Bob. I don't know if you remember Sean Bob, and made
Mm-mm.
$0 on it just to maintain a relationship with the agent. That was so stupid. But yeah, we went through a lot of shit that quarter, but let's check out this is interesting. Q3, 642 offers, 23 contracts, which is a 3.6 acceptance rate, and a little bit higher than last quarter was 3.2 acceptance rate. And get this, man. I don't know. Something must have happened to these numbers. These numbers aren't accurate. Something's, I don't know what's going on because it said six closed, 16. Oh, is that 23? Yeah, okay.
16 and 6.
16 cancellations, six closings. So another weird quarter, bro. There were so many deals that got blown up out of like some weird, we probably should have closed like 10, 11 deals and made a lot more money. But like, dude, weird stuff, bro. Like they get to the property and there'd be like squatters in there, so they didn't close.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man, like stuff like that on closing day or something. There's like something weird, like a few of those. But whatever, it didn't close, and we made $90,000 on six deals. Six, bro.
How are you? I'm wondering. This seems to be sometimes a little bit of work. How are you submitting your offers? Because I have my VA that's cold calling, right, for off market. But on, I know that you have your team. How are you submitting offers on market, or how does your deal flow look like? Because I want to actually maybe thinking about hiring a VA to do the offers or on market. Or I guess how are you doing?
We have an American talking to the agent. That's going to be the part where either you have to do that part, or and you have everyone do everything else, or you get a really good VA that you can't tell. They know what's up. They can talk to agents, and they're not going to mess your deals up. I haven't found
Because
any.
how do you do it? I guess how does your deal flow look like? What is you have your
Oh, like my
VA
team?
yeah, how does your team work? I guess what I'm asking.
Yeah, I think it's better if I show it. It'd be good for the. I'm gonna put this video online too, so it'll be good for them too.
Because sometimes I following up on my off market deals and doing um my VAs the prospecting, and then I do the calls, and then I do the follow ups, and then kind of try to comp and everything. It seems like I run out of time, and then by the time I try to hit on market and call agents, like I don't have. It seems like I don't have time. I don't know. So that's why I'm saying, how does your team look like, or maybe I'm not just
Yeah,
making the better use of my time.
that's what's happening to a lot of people, man. Is it's hard to get the efficiencies down. Um, we stumbled, we had some issues, and then we figured it out by trial by error because no one has this model really that we can look at. But all right, you can see the screen, right?
Yep.
All right, so it starts like I guess it kind of moves this way, but let's talk about MLS offers. This is like one way we get deals. And
Right.
we set up all the filters on Zillow and all the websites, right? And filter all these leads into an email box. Honey goes through and gets all the bad leads out of there, right? She gets all the bad leads out. So, and then the good leads, she puts it to the CRM as new lead. So, in the morning, we should have about something like 20 good houses, the best 20 houses for the day that we're going to work on for the day.
What do you
Get put into
consider
that
bad
email.
leads?
Nice houses.
Nice houses.
If it looked like it's beautiful, we don't want it.
Yeah.
We want full cosmetic rehabs, roof fire, crackhead. If it's nice, it looks like a family would just move right in. We have no interest in talking to the agent about the house. No interest whatsoever.
Okay.
So once they get to the CRM, I comp. Me and Tabitha, she comps for Indiana, I comp for Florida and wherever else. This is the takes the most time, bro. And you can't we had some VAs here, they just kept messing up. So we're like, we'll just do it. And then once we get the comp, we set the price. I set the price. And that's where Jelani, my AQ rep, all he has to do, wipe the sleep out of his eyes, open the CRM, the price is right there, the agent's phone number is there, the agent's email, everything's there. He just got to make the phone call to the agent and negotiate the deal for us. Literally can be done in like an hour. He does have to do follow-ups and twos, but his job probably 2 hours, 1 to 2 hours a day, with follow-ups. One important thing too, Honey does the follow-ups. Like say we come across a lead, we're 450K off on price. We're gonna talk to the agent in 2 weeks. She looks at those houses on repeat. That's where the deals come from. Is the follow-ups.
Mm-hmm.
From Jelani has follow-ups, and I should probably put that in there too. Can I edit this? Well, shit, it's mine.
Huh. And how many people you have working for you?
One, two, three, four. Tabitha just fired this guy. This is interesting because he was producing, and this guy wasn't. They have the same job, and she chose to fire this guy because he like shows up late. And this is my VA who used to make me 100K a year. He doesn't follow the script. He kind of does what he wants, but he makes me $100,000 a year, and I pay
So
him
why she
whatever
fire him?
because we had a big. It's our first big fight as a company, as partners. I said you can't terminate Brian. He's the only VA bringing us in agent outreach deals, and she's like, I can't stand him. He shows up late. He's not at his computer. I'm like, I don't care. I like deals. And it's more like an ethical thing for her.
Okay. And do you mind me asking who's Tabitha?
My partner. I'm a partner. She
How
runs,
oh, okay.
so she runs the acquisition side, and I run the dispo side. She talks that
Right.
she trains these people to call and they're cold calling
How,
agents all
how did
day.
you how did you come partners with her?
She sold me a deal, bro. When I had all these flips going on and the mar and the the thing and the market turned, I was like, okay, I have to go to a wholesale. I gotta go to wholesale now. I can't flip. And I wanted to do this model. And I asked her, I said, hey, how did you get that deal you sold me? Because I made like 40K on her deal. I said, hey, how did you get that deal? You doing cold calls? I said, no, I just do all MLS stuff and agents. I go, what?
Really?
That's all I want. I wanted to build it out. I didn't want to do off market anymore.
Off market's
Um,
tough.
you just need a lot. You just need a lot of dude. You need a lot of people. Like I know this looks like a lot of people, but dude, you need a sales team. You need like it's a lot more than this.
Yeah.
These people, everyone's here part time, bro.
How do you
Jelani works
manage
part time.
how do you manage over them? What system do you use to know that they're supposed to be doing what they're supposed to do?
Well, the scorecard is number one. We got a scorecard for everybody. Um, Sales team data. Yeah, we got a scorecard, and I can see what they're supposed to be doing each day. You got to make 100 calls. 80 is the minimum. How many you make? How many conversations? Right now we do have them on the hub staff, so we can see their screen. Takes a picture every 6 seconds and stuff like that. But I don't like managing. Here's me, bro. And this is like one of the things between me and Tabitha too. I don't give a shit if you work, you're supposed to work 6 hours. You're supposed to make 80 phone calls and do a good job and get me leads and do this. I don't give a shit if you get it done in 4 hours. I just want it to get done. I'm not babysitting you. I manage more of the results.
Right.
Tabitha's more of, no, I want to make sure they're there. I want to make sure they're, you know what I mean? I can't argue
She's
with her with that.
more micromanaging.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. If you're efficient, do the job and go. As long as you're
Hey,
doing a good job and you show up for time on time, I don't give. I'm not like, but it's just one of the things that I hate. That's why I'm not a good employee. Like, bro, I can do this job in four
how,
hours. What do I need to be here for 8 hours for, dude?
yeah. How do you get the agent's number? Prop stream or what?
We pay a
Or-
scraper on Fiverr to scrape all the cell phone numbers off of realtor.com or something like that. And yeah,
Oh, okay.
they'll pull it.
Maybe you need to do that, and then maybe maybe I need to do that. Maybe you need to share your fiber, and then I need to give you something for sharing your fiber.
Yeah, I'll just give you his name. I think he did a decent job. I mean, he's running something called, I forget the name of Phantom or something, some scraper crawler. We got like 4,000. It said there was 14,000 agents in Tampa Bay, and we got like 4,000. So Tabitha was like, this person didn't do their job. And I was like, wait a minute, there's no way there's 14,000 agents in Tampa. That sounds insane. Maybe of all time.
Yeah,
14,000 agents in a
that's a
city?
lot.
That's like half the city.
Yeah.
So I think that I would probably pick someone else if I did it again. That's done this before. This person didn't, I'm not sure that they've done it before, but we got 4,000 numbers and it works. Um, so I don't know if I would recommend this person or not yet.
Okay.
They might have done a
Cool.
great job. They might have done a okay job. But what's your other question? We're kind of
Just
getting old.
oh no. I was just asking about how you came across her and how you got the agent's numbers and how you go with the process. And you said Tabitha hires does the acquisition, you did the disposition, you use hub staff to manage their screens or manage them.
Yep.
But how that dude, that prosperity scorecard, dude, that's awesome. How the heck did you build that? Is it something like
How
a
hard a VA off of Fiverr.
really?
Hard VA off of Fiverr, and yeah, they're not that. It's probably like $100 or something, and you're like you can search it from date and as long as they just fill the data in, you know what I mean? Like as long as they
Dude,
fill
I
this stuff
sometimes
out.
overcomplicate my stuff because I see everybody tracking their KPIs like this. I'm like, man, they're fucking geniuses. How the hell do they come across? How the hell can they build something like that? I can barely
No,
open Word. I can
no,
barely
dude,
type
yeah.
a Word document.
Same. I was trash before I started doing this, and yeah, man, they just build everything out. All your deal. Look at these deals, bro. Look at this. This is all the deals just from this year, bro. What are we on 66?
Dude, this is
And we're probably missing a
crazy,
couple.
man.
And as
And
long as you fill this out.
what did you tell them? Just like, hey, build this out, build a scorecard. Is that basically what you told them?
Well, yeah, they ask you a bunch of questions, man. You gotta tell them like what you want to see. He's like, what do you want to see, man? Because and I wanted to see the stuff I wanted to see was how, like you just said, like right here, like how many how many offers did we make? How many deals did we get? How many offers do we got to make to get a deal? How many contracts do we got to get before we make the amount of money? You know what I mean? All this kind of stuff. How many offers to get a
Yeah.
contract? I want to know that stuff. I want to know. This actually is not great. The next time I do it, I'm gonna have them upgraded. But hi.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, just tell what you want to see. That's what they're gonna ask you. What do you want to see? And I just want to know that. I just want to know like who's performing, who's outperforming, all that stuff. Like I can put up, my yeah, dude. Fiverr's got everything.
Amigos.
I go in and see who's doing what.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Do you know anybody that uh any dispositions for Atlanta and surrounding areas, Georgia?
Yep. Rocky. I know a dude named Rocky who's killing it out in Atlanta.
I have a property under contract. I have a deal under contract. I partnered up kind of with one of Trevor's communities members. He's in Georgia, and he asked me if we could partner up. I'm calling on his VA. He has a VA, a cold caller, and I'm just I have access to his Podio, and I just calling on it. I got a one under contract. I need disposed of. So
You got a good deal?
I believe so. I
And
believe
it's in Atlanta?
yeah.
Yeah, I was in a mastermind with the dude. Let me see if I can get it. Let me see if I
I
can
mean, the
reach out
guy's
to him.
gonna try to dispo the other partner, but I mean, I figured that if we could just have somebody that's doing the dispo already, we could just JV, and
Is it your deal?
it's kind of it's under my LLC. It's under my LLC, so
And he's gonna try to dispo it, so
yeah, he's
you're
gonna
you're
try to dispo.
open.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
open.
oh, okay. Let me hit up tab and see and get Rocky's number.
So
One of my friends has a deal in ATL.
you ever gonna move out of Vegas?
It's funny, bro, because I think I will always have property here in Vegas, but I'm one of those people who I kind of want to live where how you're living, bro. Like I don't know exactly how you're living, but just off the grid. I don't want neighbors, bro. At my house right now, I look out my window, there's 20 people staring at me. Everything I do. And I'm just like, bro, I'm, I want 5 acres. I want minimum. They got a place not too far from me. There's like 40 acres you can buy for like 100 racks, bro. And I'm just every
Really?
day yeah, I mean even cheaper than that. They got 40 acres for 40 grand out here. I don't think you got water though. That's the problem. So pay a little bit more money. Get the like I legit like what a house with power and water systems and like I'll be there, bro. The problem is if you get animals, you can't go nowhere.
Dude, you need to come to. So my ideal situation now, and that's why I'm trying to design this. My lifestyle now is spend in Idaho summers, June, July, August, September, October, and then go to Mexico November, December, January, and then go
Summer.
down and buy a house in Arizona, like around maybe Phoenix or Gilbert area, and be there February, March, April, May, and then come back to Idaho and then do that all over again. Because
Do
my
you
wife has
homeschool your kids?
what's that?
You homeschool your kids?
Uh no, we take them to a private school right now, but I'm planning on homeschooling them.
Oh, bro. Yeah, we homeschool. And so yeah, you can do whatever you want.
You homeschool? How is
Oh
that? How has
yeah.
that been working with you?
Best decision we ever made, bro. So are you Christian at all?
Yeah,
Are you Catholic? Are you
Catholic,
Christian?
Catholic.
Okay. Dude, I could get so deep on this, but there's so many different reasons why you should not send your kids to school. Um All
So
the
the
problems
private,
we've ever had to do with them going to school.
yeah, the private school,
Every problem.
the private school we send him to is a Catholic school. It's a Catholic private school.
See, that's
So
smart, bro.
yeah.
I'm Christian, bro, and like, so you're not supposed to send your kids to a pagan school. I didn't realize this until I was like a year ago. And I was like, you're right. Myron Golden, I don't know if you know Myron Golden, but he's just talking. I was like, oh, I went to a pagan school. They taught me the opposite of what's in the Bible.
Hmm.
But my whole thing, I think the Bible's like made up story. It's so crazy. I'd ask you why if you're a Christian because you're wealthy. That's why I asked you. It's the most craziest thing in the world, bro. So,
Yeah.
anyways, yeah. Um,
What system do
I
you use or what program?
it's a Christian. It's called. I have to ask my wife. Let me text her real quick. It's called like Good. It's a Christian program,
Really, dude, I
and
would
they're done
love
with
that, man.
school in like an hour, bro. Like an hour or two, they're done.
I would love that because we're planning on doing that. Like for this year, I just put him in school because I'm barely getting, everything the hang of it. Doing everything virtual. I was kind of scared, like even dude, I was so scared of doing DocuSign over the phone. Like, is this legit? Am I screwing up or what the hell am I doing? Like, I didn't even know how to use DocuSign, right? And now I'm locking up deals in Atlanta and whatnot. So, um, but then I'm like, we're just gonna put him to school this year, and then next year we're gonna let him know that if we can pay by the month. And when we're here in Idaho, I want them to go to that school, but we're gonna go travel like 9 months out of the year. And yeah, I would love to know that Christian school.
Oh, this is it. This has got to be it. The Good, the Beautiful.
What's it called?
I'll put the link in here. Uh, yeah, I'll send you the link. This is it, dude. I'm pretty sure these books looks just like this. The Good and the Beautiful. Yeah, man. So it started with um my kid. So I got every grade. One of my kids was getting in a fight, and he started like kind of like skipping school and stuff with this bad influence he was kind of hanging out with. He got kicked off the football team, stupid stuff like that. Then another one, bro, they got my daughter, who was in middle school, got my daughter in a group chat and started saying the most like, dude, the most horrible stuff you wouldn't even think about. Cuss words. I don't want to say that your pee stinks, your dad's this and that, and bro, like the worst. And then they were getting threats to shoot up the school. And my youngest daughter heard it. We went like we were like the radio was on, and she heard like them shooting up schools, and she said, "Dad, Mom, Dad, they're gonna shoot up the school," and we're like, "Damn," she heard it. It's like I don't want to go to school today, and that just kept happening, bro, over and over and over and over and over. We're like, dude, why are we stressing ourselves out? Nothing's good happening at that school, really. They're not teaching them the stuff I want them to learn. They're not teaching entrepreneurship. They're teaching how to be an employee.
Yeah, man. You
And
know
it all
what?
added up.
Oh yeah, we could go. We could. I like your philosophy. We could go into depth and talk about hours, but I just saw. I follow this guy from Mexico, and he says the exact same thing. He puts up like an old phone from the 1900s. He's like, look at this phone, right? And then look at our smartphone, right? It revolutionized, and we got it just better, right? And then they say, look at this car from the 1900s and look at the cars now. He compared an old car with a Lamborghini, right? And then he's like, look at the schools from the 1900s and look at the schools now. And they're the same. It's the same thing. Nothing has happened. Nothing new. Same little cubicle, same desk, same people, same room.
Looks like a jail.
Yeah. It's like, why, if the phone we reinvented the phone from this to this, reinvented the cars from this to this, why can't we reinvent the schools from this to something good, to something that they're playing outside, to something that they're playing out in nature, to something that they have more flexibility to, and stuff like that. And he pushes that really hard on saying, oh, all kids have to be 10 in everything: science, biology, math, reading. But
Life's
he
not
said,
like that.
he's like, no, like if your son's good at being a musician, but he
That's what he should
fails
be
at
able to
math,
do.
and he's like, if he fails at math, don't get a tutor for math, get a private tutor for musician, because he might be like the next musician, like the greatest ever. And
Yep.
same thing for little Johnny. If the Johnny is good at math, but maybe he sucks at music, we'll hire a math teacher, because you might have another biggest physicist, something like that, right? So
Exactly.
they touched a lot of on that. I'm like, man, that is right. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed for the school in the 100 years. Everything still looks the same.
Yep.
Jail, it just looks like that, man. And you look at it, like every school is just guarded up like that. I mean, there's no windows, hardly anything, you know. So,
Yeah.
anyways,
Scary. Scary.
yeah. Well, I
Okay.
appreciate the call. I mean, it's an hour and a half too. Go. So
Good call, man.
I'm
I'm
in.
pretty sure people will get something out of this, man.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, you're in. Yeah, I'm an hour later than you. I'm at 8:24.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's crazy. You're right above me in your mountain time.
Yeah, man. So, but after you get the deal under contract, then you're the one that's in charge of this point.
Yeah, kind of how it breaks down. Like, yeah, I sell all the deals. I have a VA that is my dispo guy. I used to have a dispo guy, but now I got a VA doing it, and I like it better. I got a couple people that help me dispo it. I
How much?
negotiate.
How much do
They'll
you pay?
like, what's that?
How much do you pay them?
The VA gets like $5.
No, do you give them commission though after they close it?
Hmm. So my guy doesn't negotiate. All he does is was just gather the offers and cold call everyone. He'll like call and text and email everybody and get them in the property, coordinate the showings, all that kind of stuff. All the offers, he'll go get all the offers. I think I might be able to teach this guy how to do it, but I don't. He's really. I don't think so. I think I'm gonna have to negotiate everything just because I like doing it, bro. I'm talking to flippers and investors, man.
That's good, man.
So yeah, he gets no commission. He just gets a high salary. Like $5 is high for me. My other VAs are getting $2.
Yeah, my VA gets $4, but
Yeah,
the thing is she's cold calling. She gets a lot of. She's bilingual. She speaks Spanish and English, really fluent, both of them.
good.
So she's really really good. When she gets a Spanish person, she can speak really well in Spanish. So
Yeah, that's good. That's really good.
okay, awesome, Ron. Well, I hope to see you here pretty soon. Did you go? Did you go to the meet up with Ryan or at this like thing that he had? The little.
I did it. Did you go?
I didn't go. Did you go?
No, no, I'm not coaching with those guys anymore right now. So yeah, I just didn't get invited to anything. I don't think it's anything personal, but yeah, I'm just not. I'm just not going to just show up.
Right,
I
right.
probably could have went and everybody would be like, "What's up, man?" But I don't want someone to be like, "Is he supposed to be here?" I don't want that. I don't want someone to say something like that. So if they don't
Yeah,
invite me, I ain't coming.
cool, man. Well, I hope to see you soon, Ron. You're a
Yeah, I heard good
badass.
things about it. I heard it was good.
Yeah,
It's
I
good that Ryan's
definitely.
getting back to real estate.
What's that?
It's good that Ryan's getting back to real estate because I didn't like it when he did all the other. I didn't like the whole when you went to WealthCon, they stopped doing heavy real estate. I didn't like that. It used to be like, hey, this person made $3 million wholesaling. They're gonna break down everything they did, and it was back to back to back to back of that. That's what I liked.
Yeah.
So it's good to see that they're at least going back to something like that. Have
Yep.
Dakota break down his business, have someone else killing it.
Dude,
I saw
Dakota's a
John
beast,
Maxwell was
man.
there.
What's that?
Huh? I saw John Maxwell was there. I was like, what? You got
Really?
you got the goat there? I saw him on the stage. I thought it was for that. At least I think I saw him on WorldCon stage talking. So I assumed it was that.
Yeah. Huh. Cool, man. Yeah, Dakota's a beast too. He's
Oh,
a
bro.
beast.
Those dudes are like to do 3 million. We did 4 million one time and had a sick team. I wasn't the CEO. I was COO. And that was
Uh-huh.
crazy to watch that thing, us do that. That was insane. So I know what their days are like. I was working 3, 4 sales guys that are high level. And yeah, man, I know what it's like. They're getting it. If you're doing 3 million, I know you're getting it.
Yeah, man. So go Ron. Well, I always get a lot of ton of value from these calls, man.
Good man. I'm
You
glad.
you just make you just make the on market seem so freaking easy, dude.
It is, man. It truly is. You just got to put in the work. You see that we did 500 offers to close 7 deals. You know what I mean? So,
Why I
but
wanted to see your KPIs because I got bummed out for making like 20 offers the other day. Like last month.
yeah,
No, it
you're
was like, yeah, it was like, I think I was not gonna, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I think it was like 20, 22 offers last month, the month of September. I looked at some, I'm like, hey, this is an offer, this is an offer, this is an offer. And I'm like, nothing hit, man. So I guess I just gotta
September.
go to bigger, yeah, I guess I gotta go to bigger cities where there's a lot of, you know, houses on market, right?
I was like, bro, why does this look so low? But yeah, Q3, 642 offers, 23 contracts. So 4%. Yeah. So you make 100 offers to get what? One contract?
Yep, yep. So
It's hard out here, bro. It's hard out here, man.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna continue to keep grinding, continue to make my offers, and don't lose hope, man. So,
No, get it, man.
okay, awesome, Ron. Thank you,
Cool,
brother.
man.
Appreciate you for everything,
All
all
right,
the good,
man. I'll see you.
man. Have a great evening.
Let's get some deals.
Yeah, hell yeah.
All right, brother.